This right here is a laptop mostly aimed at students or for basic home use, and as such, it could get the job done pretty well. But what about running any games with this? Is it even possible? And how bad could it be? Well, these are the questions on which you will get answers today. So, judging by the purpose of this laptop, the specs couldn't possibly be further away from gaming than they are. So with a single stick of 4GB DDR3 RAM, a supposedly quad-core Pentium CPU, and a pretty badly sounding Intel HD 505 integrated GPU, there couldn't be that many expectations in terms of gaming capabilities. But there is only one way to find that out. So starting things off with a title that runs on pretty much anything that has a GPU from the last 15 years or so. So Inside is running at 540p with a 25 FPS on average, but realistically, as long as the frame rate stays above 20, it doesn't affect the experience a bit. For the Tomb Raider reboot of 2013, the resolution needed to go all the way down to 800 by 600, as well as the settings, giving around 25 to 30 frames in return. So you could even play this AAA title if you don't mind extremely reduced settings, of course. Moving on to some older titles, here we have AC Brotherhood, running at 800 by 600 with the settings turned all the way down, and giving in return an almost 30 FPS experience. But on the other hand, looking pretty bad in my opinion. CSGO isn't really worth mentioning at all, as the experience wasn't bad, it was pretty terrible actually. So not even esports games will run even close to good on this kind of a laptop. So as most titles of the more modern times really refused to work good on this kind of hardware, I decided to try an old classic, namely Fable The Lost Chapters, which at 720p resolution and high preset gave a pretty solid result in return. So there still is some hope left that you could have quite some fun with this kind of a laptop. So as the pretty small benchmark list came to an end, there isn't really much left to say about these kind of laptops. Other than that you should stay away from them if you want to even start any more recent games. Even the things it was meant to do pretty fine, namely web browsing and general usability, felt pretty sluggish. But that could be the fault of the pretty slow hard drive, as I think that even the cheapest SSD could give this kind of a laptop the much needed speed improvement, so that would be a real time and nerve saving investment.